What's up, everyone? Quick little market update for you guys. So the only things we're going to be covering today are Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to get into rate cuts potentially coming up later into Q4, which will then potentially give us that rally we've been waiting for with, of course, altcoins and just the overall market supposedly going to be pumping alongside everything else. And then we will be getting into how you can make money in crypto 24/7, no matter if there's a bull market or a bear market. So let's first just do a little update on Bitcoin. Now, yesterday what we had talked about was, of course, looking at this candle here, which again was the September 3rd candle. And we had said that, well, we had closed above the 100-day EMA, which is this light blue line here. Again, if you don't know what an exponential moving average is, we will cover this in future videos. But we closed above this, as you can see there, and my expectation was that we would do something sort of like this. So we've closed above this. We were previously trading below it. I thought we could come up, form a higher high than this one here before forming a higher low and continuing up, potentially even bouncing off of this EMA 50 here. We did not do that. We did do that, but then we came down and we potentially in 2 hours might close below the 100-day EMA again, which could send us going downhill yet again, potentially to these identified areas before tapping that 200-day EMA there. So I think that's what's going to happen. We could have gone with this candle here and pushed up to form a new high. That just did not happen. We're now pushing farther down again. So what I do think, if we close below the 100-day EMA, I do think we're going to continue downwards. Maybe tap this line here. Tap the 200-day EMA at the very least before coming back up. I think that's one scenario. Another scenario I see is us potentially tapping this, maybe closing below it, tapping this demand zone before coming back up. And then the final scenario is that we kind of still come up and we just break everything right there, right then and there. So those are the three scenarios that I see happen. Really not too much to update from yesterday. So we're literally covering just a candle. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, right, as you guys can see, we are now potentially trading below that 50-day EMA on the 4-hour time frame, or this wouldn't be the 50-day EMA, this would just be the EMA 50, which means the last 54-hour candles, I believe. And as you guys can see, we are clearly in bearish structure here with lower highs, lower lows. So until that breaks, we should continue to chop down from here to potentially, again, that identified demand zone and the daily EMA. That daily 200-day EMA is a point of interest where I would set a long position at. So we'll see what ends up happening, but that's just a quick update for you guys on Bitcoin per a technical analysis perspective. ETH still looks great on the daily time frame, as it is again trading above that 50-day EMA, the 100-day EMA, and the 200-day EMA. They are all ordered in the area with the lowest time frame being 50, 100, 200. Usually in a bear market, we will see the 200-day EMA, this dark blue line, being above all the other two. So kind of, as you can see, it's orange, light blue, blue. In a bear market, it could be blue, light blue, orange. So blue being at the top, followed by light blue, followed by orange at the bottom. In this case, it's inverse, showing pretty good strength for Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame. Really just fighting here. As you can see, still trading above the 200-day EMA. We did close above or below the 100-day EMA or 100 EMA. So we've tapped the 200-day EMA before coming back up, but it seems like we're still trading within this area. We might be kind of ranging here, not really. We need more data to come out to confirm that, but we're just gonna have to wait. Like I said, it's just a waiting game at this point, but I still think ETH is definitely going to take a shot at 5K again. I don't think it is double topped, but anything could happen. All right, so we also want to talk about World Liberty Financial. I made a video on this before it came out, as well as when it did. right around here when it was at around 26 cents, and I said this was something that I personally would not buy just because of the market's reaction to similar tokens like this, and just I don't think it's a prime market condition to introduce something like this. And yeah, you would be down 40%. I don't know if that's from the launch or from the most recent price data at around 24 cents. I think it would be from launch. So this was something I didn't enter. I didn't suggest anyone to enter this. You'd be down 40%. If somehow you sniped an entry and got a small jump, then nice, but for most people, they'd be buying in later. Could this be a good long-term buy? I don't know. Potentially, with the overall market and everything. But that's it for those three, guys. I just wanted to cover those three. Now let's talk about how you can make money 24/7 in the crypto market. What are all the different avenues that you can go down to make this potentially a full-time job for yourself? So I'm going to give you guys in order of best to worst in terms of you being able to do it at all times. Let's go ahead, and number one, I'm going to go to, this is just a crypto income tier list, but based off of can you do this all the time. Number one is going to be trading. Trading cryptocurrency is in essence of using technical analysis to make trades, whether you're a swing trader, whether you're a scalper. I would put this at number one. I know so many people who do this for a living, who are very successful with it, who are making lots of money, who are doing very well for themselves. I've seen personal success with trading. I'm still going very hard into trading, but the nice thing about trading is that you can do it at all times during the market. You can do it in a bull market, you can do it in a bear market. Instead, where we have just buying and selling cryptocurrency, of course you want to buy on dips, you're selling at those peaks or near to them, right? You're playing it in that sort of way, so you're relying on there to be bullish momentum within the markets. You can have either or and still be making the same amount of money in a bear market trading. So I would put trading at number one in the tier list. Like I said, I'm going to have free resources for trading, just covering the basics, probably in around a year or potentially by the end of this year, because I wanted to make it very high quality and actually contained with valuable, authentic information. And then eventually I will share the strategy that I personally use to intraday trade, but also what I look at for swing trades as well. But that again is also going to be something that's developing. But I've seen personal success with this. I did backtesting for a strategy that I'm personally using that I've learned from someone over January 2024, or since January 2025 to now. How do you use that strategy? And came in with like $100,000 account, risking 1% per trade, you would have made over $100,000 on that account, which for trading is decent, right? It's pretty good. You could then throw that in, just have a $200,000 account where now you're trading with even more capital, and then it continues on. But I did it, and the average was around 12K a month you would have made from January of 2025 to August of 2025. I think the lowest month was $6,000 you would have made, the lowest month, and then the highest was June, potentially at $25,000 you would have made in the month of June trading off of my strategy that I learned. So really cool to see. I really want to just dive more into it, learn how to do it more myself, and to keep it consistent. So I will update you guys on my trading journey, but I would rank that number one. Number two, as far as, again, doing it all the time, I'd say is content creation. This kind of might surprise a lot of you, but putting yourself out there gives you so much more connections. A lot of opportunities come with those connections that can make you a good amount of money. I know that personally from experience. So the connections you make, people you meet, and this is assuming you are authentic with the value you provide. That's the biggest thing. You will even make money, again, just posting the content. No matter the platform, you can monetize. If you have something valuable to offer, you can put a price on that and sell it and make money. And you can do this at all times, right? If you understand where we are in the market, and you have content behind that, and you want to build out like a private community, you can do that. Sell your private community as long as you're, again, giving authentic value, and people will pay for that because they want something that others don't have, and especially access to information and to cryptocurrency, people are going to want that. So yes, it might be hard for you to get yourself out there, but number 2 being content creation is very much so true. Right below trading, I would say. Number 3 is going to be learning how to get involved with crypto airdrops. This is something that I really lack in. I don't spend too much time with this, but you can participate in airdrops as they do happen all the time. However, they are more apparent in a bullish environment where the market has more eyes on it. However, it's something that, like I said, airdrops, I know people who've made $1,000 for just putting their name somewhere. I like Kaizen, for example, Brian Jung's personal group. Members got a free $1,000 worth of Pengu per the airdrop just for being a member of Kaizen. So there's a lot of opportunity with airdrops, especially if you learn how to really utilize them. You could go literally full on into them. That kind of goes with like gaming as well, playing crypto games that are associated with that, Web3 gaming. Those all do kind of align with the airdrop side of things, but that's more, again, something that, yes, has a little more attention on it in the bullish months. However, you can do this at all times. The 4th and 5th are going to be meme coin trading, which would be like your pump fund stuff. That would be number 4. Number 5 is just going to be buying and holding crypto. The reason I have buying and holding crypto at number 5, and it's even on the list, is because in a bear market, you do want to be buying coins that you think are going to do very well in the next run. So it is important to do that, but during that time when you're buying them, you're not going to be making money during the bear market. That's why they're on the bottom of the list, but it's still something that you should have attention focused towards. But the reason I have number 4 being meme coin trading, and it's near the bottom, it's because, yeah, you can do it all the time. Like, that's the main purpose of this list. You can do it all the time. So there's no limitation on the time where you can do it. However, it is pretty much like gambling. Does that mean that there's not people who are very successful with it? There's people who are very successful with it. I know one thing that I've seen is the big accounts will get a lot of wallets that will copy their trades. And when you're an account that gets thousands of potentially even millions of copy trades, well then as soon as you enter something, you have millions of people flooding in, copying your trade. That's only going to drive the price up, which you can then sell and profit off of them. So it's kind of, you're kind of at an advantage there if you're able to become a top wallet in that area. But the reason I have that at number 4 is it's not too practical. It's not something I found that's to be practical. I know people have made it work, so I'm not ruling it out. But I would say, like, if you spend most of your time on trading, content creation, airdrops, and just buying and holding crypto to then eventually sell in a bull market, which I guess I'd put number 6, or I'd put, in no order on the list, I'd put learning about different things related to crypto in a bear market. You can do this at any time. On having a greater understanding of the market, greater understanding of anything in crypto that you're trying to learn, that is one of the most valuable things you can do with your time in this space. So that's a quick little summary of what you can do to make money at any point in time in the crypto market. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.